So basically what we have to do now, we have to provide the bolted steel connections to this steel structure over here. So for that, we have to go to the steel tab at the top. Okay. And then we have to go to the connections command. See, this is the connection command through which you're going to apply the bolted connections to this entire structure. But first of all, we have to go to the connection settings. So just below the connection command, you're going to find a small arrow. And if I simply move my cursor over it, the name of this small arrow, the command is called as connection settings over here. Now we have to go and click onto this connection settings. So what it is going to do, it is going to open up one dialog box that is called as structural connection settings. Now what we are going to do, we'll just make this connection group to all connections. And basically under available connections, it is going to display all the available steel bolted connections for your steel structure. Now we have to just load all these available connections inside this loaded connections. So I'll go and click on all and simply click on add over here. So we have to load all our connections first of all inside our structural table. I'll go and click on OK over here. And now we have to simply apply the connections onto our different junctions inside the steel structure. So first of all, we are going to provide the connection between a column and a beam junction. So for that, you have to select a column, press Ctrl onto your keyboard, and also select a beam over here. Okay, so once this is done at the top, now you can go to your steel tab, and then you have to select the connection command. I'll go and select the connection command and see now there is a generic connection over here. I still cannot see that there is not any kind of bolted connection over here. So for that, now you have to go to your properties tab, and from this drop down, you have to define a connection over there. Okay, so I'm going to define, let's say there are a lot of connections now. So out of this, you have to go with your column and beam connections over there. Okay, so let's say I'll go with this particular connection. That is column beam CT connection. See, you only have to apply the connection at one particular junction. Then next is select that connection that you have applied, select that bolted connection, right click onto it. Okay, and there is a command called as propagate connections. So simply I'll go and click on propagate connections. And now see what happens if I just zoom out. Okay, everywhere it is just simulating that connection over there. So let's say now I'll focus on to one beam to beam junction. So I have selected both the beams now. I'll go to steel tab again, and I'll simply click onto the connection command. One generic connection has been applied over there again. See, inside the properties tab, I can see a generic connection. I simply have to go to this drop down. And now for a beam to beam, let's say junctions, you have to apply a clip angle connection. So I'll go and select on to clip angle connection. To apply this connection to all to beam junctions, right click onto that selected connection, and then go and click on propagate connections over there. If I just zoom out, now it is going to simulate that same connection to every beam to beam junctions over there. So I'll be pressing Ctrl and I'll be selecting both those beams, steel, and then connection command. So from this drop down, I'll select the very first connection, that is apex haunch connection. So I'll go and select that apex haunch connection and now see what happens. See those, both the beams, they have been connected with the apex haunch connection over there. Simply select that apex haunch connection, the bolted connection, right click and propagate it.
Enroll for our detailed certified course today. Link is in the description.